real quick. A lot of rules to success, and you're going to read books on success, and you're going to talk to people, and they're going to teach you success. But I'm going to tell you the first thing about success. One thing, very, very first, important. One, believe in yourself. So throughout this process, you have to believe in yourself. And some of you are new to the deal. And the reason I say believe in yourself is you always have to. And here's, I'm going to expand on that. I've been with this company for 22 years. 22 years. My best day ever, as far as in the field selling as a producer, my best day, not week, not month, not year, my best day, I wrote $32,000 of premium by myself in 2004. In 2004. So I've worn that t-shirt out. I got holes in the sales game. So you have to believe in yourself. And the reason I say that is because when I started, I made no money. In my first, and I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but I'm being transparent and real. I was new to sales. I didn't even know what insurance really was. I was 18 years old. I was young. I was hungry. I thought I had all the world in front of me, but I gave it nonstop, relentless energy, effort, attitude, and positivity. And in my first 30 days of giving maximum effort, I'm talking probably 100 presentations in my first 30 days, I closed 2 deals for a total of $980 of ALP. My first 30 days, I wrote under $1,000 of production. And in fact, my best month ever, in my first 6, I wrote $4,300 of production. I didn't understand what I was doing, how I was doing. I probably only made $3,000 to $5,000 in my first 6 months. But guess what? I believed in myself every day. Month 7, I figured it out, which is why month 7 through 12, I made over $125,000 in my first year. In the second half of my first year, I made 125 grand. Why? Because I was confident. Why? Because I believed in myself. I didn't know what to do. I was making a ton of money, and I really wasn't an insurance expert, but I started to get good with people. You want to know why? Rule of success number 2, listen to your audience. Believe in yourself all by listening to your audience. You have to understand what they're doing and what they're saying. It's not about what you're constantly telling people. Telling is not selling. You know the rules. And I know some of us love to hear our own voices, but at the end of the day, listen to your audience. They are what makes a difference. And if you don't have the ability to believe in yourself all by listening, you're dead in the water already in this industry. It's so super, super important. Never give up. Never, ever give up, no matter what the circumstance, or never give up. If I would have done what everyone told me to do numerous times, which is quit and walk away, and don't get me wrong, I've quit 100,000 times in American Income Life in my career, and every day that I went to quit, I remembered why I started, which is why I started. But I never, ever gave up. I always had the audacity to move forward. But during that process of moving forward and not giving up and listening and having the confidence, I had to stop listening to the little man, the little men or the little women in your life, the people that constantly pull you back and throw you down, the people that don't add value to your life, the people that are the energy vampires of the world that just suck life out of you because they only know how to suck. Those people are ignorant assholes that you should just cut out of your life. I don't have those people in my life. The people in my life love life. The people in my life lift me. The people in my life necessarily don't praise me, but they definitely give me affirmation, which is one of the love languages. And gentlemen, if you've not read the 5 love languages, I bet you will, and you should, because if you want to learn how to sell, you should understand the love languages, especially for the ladies in your life, without a shadow of a doubt. And for women, if you haven't read the 5 love languages, figure out what yours is so you can double down on it and look for what you really want, the true definition of love and how to find it. So very, very important. But don't listen to the people that are going to pull you down. Stop listening to the little people in your life. And if you have little people in your life, real simple, get rid of them. Get rid of them. I'll say it again. If it didn't add value to your past, what makes you think it's going to create value in your future? Stop being naive and dumb. Move on. Get over it. Get over them. Do something significant in your life, but start with believing in yourself and having a voice, not an opinion. Have a fact. I don't think. You ever hear the phrase, well, I think that's this, or I think that's this, or I think that's this? Shut up. Just know. I know this. I know this. I know this because I believe in me. 100% of the time, I always believe on me. So don't listen to the little men. Focus on the signs, not the noises, right? Focus on the signs, not the noises. So many of us get distracted so easily to the current events of life or the things that we can't control. Like, why are you talking and why are you dealing with this? Like, you can't control this mandate, the mask mandate, or the vaccine mandate. You can have a voice about it, but you can't control the weather. You can't control a lot of these things, right? Stop focusing on the noise, start focusing on the signs. That's very, very important. To be successful, you have to obviously do more and go above and beyond, but you got to stop putting yourself in a position to get sidetracked with distractions that you don't control. That's one of the biggest struggles that people have, is the distractions that aren't there that they actually create themselves because they're self-induced distractions. And that's big, big, big problems. Big, big problems. Adapt. In the game of success, you have to adapt and evolve the changes. If you're not willing to adapt and evolve, you're done. You're done. Success is not overnight. You got to concentrate also as far as on the long term, not the short term. You got to concentrate on the long term. Very, very important that you're always focusing on the long term. That's what the residual aspect of what we do does, right? So in order to be successful and really want to generally know success, you have to focus on the long term, not the short term. So if you are a short-term thinker, you also are a small-time thinker. And I got news for you. Small thinkers have big-ass problems. Big thinkers have big-ass solutions. Big difference between those two types of people, right? So in order to follow this, in order for you to realistically put yourself in the driver's seat of your dreams, you have to absorb and take on all challenges. You can't cherry pick the POS of the game of life. Don't get me wrong. I know you're significant in a phenomenal group with referrals. In fact, Brenda Kay is like the referral god in this industry right now. Like 70 or 80% of her business is referrals. And I love what you're doing. But again, in the game of life, you can't cherry pick, the POS of what you're doing. You have to generate and do it, but you got to take on all challenges. That's very, very important. You got to be your top critic, not your worst enemy. Remember that. In the game of success, in the game of life, always be your top critic, but not your worst enemy. But to do what we have to do, you have to be mindset strong. There's nothing more dangerous than a man and a woman with a changed mind, with a mindset to do something big. And understand that every day, things in your life, the number one guarantee in life is that whatever you're going through right now is temporary. Everything in your life will change. You don't like your car, change it. You don't like the weather, it's going to change. You don't like your house, it's going to change. You don't like your income, then change it. It's all changeable. But you know what's beautiful about success and American income? This whole deal is predictable. This is the most predictable industry we're in, and all of you are too scared to admit it because you're too busy pointing the finger and forecasting the blame on other people and or coming up with excuses. You realize that every time you come up with an excuse, it only sounds good to yourself. An excuse only sounds good to the person that made it up, and that's a significant problem. And I got another thing that you should also know. In the game of success, in the game of sales, in the game of life, there's some things that you need to start avoid doing. One of the things that you have to stop doing is every time you see a client, stop asking them how they're doing. Oh my God. One of the worst things you could ever do. Don't ever ask a man or woman, hey, how are you today? What? My wife's cheating on me. I just got my identity stolen. My dog died. My mom's got cancer and I'm bankrupt. How about you, Bill? How's your day going? Don't walk into a question in the game of success. You don't know. Predict what's going to happen. Use your imagination. Your imagination is your untold gift, right? Your imagination is your asset to you that allows you to forecast your future before anybody can tell you no. That's what this is. It's your brain. It's your beast. The 12 inches of real estate between your ears that dictates what's going to happen next. That's significant to the world. Don't let anybody direct it and change it. You believe in this. You believe in that. So forecast your own future in the game of sales. Another thing that you got to stop doing is the word but. Good Lord. I hear it all the time. You realize that there's nothing but bullshit that comes before the word but, right? You understand that? Think about it. Next time you say the word but, I want you to think of the 5 or 10 words that came before it. And it's always some stupid ass excuse of why you didn't achieve greatness or did something great. Like, oh my goodness, did you see this? I could have done this. I could have done this. I could have done this. But is the number one career killer in this world. It doesn't matter where it is or what it is. It's the number one career killer. But society is going to tell you that it's okay to say but. Society is going to tell you that it's okay to be average. Society is going to give you a giant red or black ribbon for just showing up. That's not the way I operate. Life is not a participation sport. My life is significant because I made it that way. I didn't let it be that way. And understand the truth and the definition of what's going on where you're at right now. You are where you are in life because you made it that way, or you simply let it be that way. That's the bottom line. You are a significant, dominating individual, but you have to learn how to develop some more self-motivation that gives you the reputation of doing more, getting more, so that you can focus on being great at what you want to be great at, which is the game of life. That is super significant. Y'all want to make money. Y'all want to make money. Well, then guess what? You all better start doing things that have never been done before. And I have news for you. In order to do things that have never been done before, you have to be a group of bodies, a group of men and women that you've never been before. Right now, you're up 35% year to date, which is an unbelievable year. The world is looking at you. All eyes are on you right now. And I don't think you realize that. You are competing based on growth with every single agency in the world, and everybody's like, what are they doing? How are they doing it? So right now, the world is watching. The world wants to know what comes next from your deal. And they want to see what's new. What are you about to do? And in order for you to do things that have not been done, you all got to become people that you haven't been, that you're not. So understand this. You have the ability to be great. You are tuned up, ready to roll. You're at 35% growth. If you're going to start doing, continue the track that you're going to do, then you all need to be somebody you've never been. I'm always in. You want sales workshops? Let's set it up. You want closing workshops with the best in the world with me? Set it up. I'm in all day. Why? Because I can, and I'm all about giving, not taking, giving. You want to reap and sow? Then start taking what's yours, start with everything, and then go from there. Once you have everything, you start giving back. That's the true definition of success. Hey, BP, I love you. I appreciate you. God bless all of you. Good luck.
Thank you,
Go
Zach.
get 'em.
Thank you.
Dominate like you do. Thank you again.